And so a lot of, I never imagined one day in America there would be a group of radical American hating people that would go out and say, defund the police. Defund the police. And the people say, oh, okay, let's defund the police. Like that is common sense advice, right? All right, let's defund the police. And they did it in America. They defunded the police in America. Who would have thought that something, and would not grown people, would have thought that something like that can happen? How do you say defund the police and people go, okay, lawmakers and others, okay, let's do it. They just killed a black drug addict, unemployed, with a criminal record. So defund the police. Okay, let's do it. And then they say, you know what? That's not even good enough. Let all the criminals out of jail and no more bail bonds. Let them out. No more bail bonds. Oh, okay, that's another bright idea. Oh, and while you're doing that, let's decriminalize drug, pot, dope. Oh, okay. This is making America really better. Thank you. I wonder why the founders of this country, the forefathers, the founders didn't think of that. The brilliant white men who founded and created the greatest country, why didn't they think of that? What was wrong with them? They wanted us to be free. Why didn't they decide, let's have a police force? Amazing, right? And then they said, okay, open up the borders and let anybody in. It doesn't matter if they have the Chinese virus or illegal alien diseases, criminal record, whatever. Let them in. What do you mean you want to be free? You can't be free. Let these folks in this country. And by the way, we're going to go over to Ukraine and help them. Oh, okay, that sounds so nice. And then during all that, crime and everything just out of control in the United States of America, when in the good old days, it was hardly heard of, crime. Really. You would hear about it, it would almost be shocking that criminal situation happened, right? And so in America, they said this to the people, okay, we want to change everything and just no police, no bail bond, no borders, no nothing, and just let it happen. All right, y'all some nice politicians. I'm so glad I voted for you. You're really making my day. And then they did it within less than a year, give or take, maybe a little bit more of a year now, and crime is out of control. And instead, in America now, this great country that was founded by white men, based on Christianity, based on freedom, because I hear that they came from Europe or somewhere because they wanted to be free to express Christianity, free of everything, right? So they came, let's discover. And they found this land and they built the greatest country and called it the United States of America. Amazing, right? And so now that all those changes has been made and people are happy about it, crime is through the roof. It's so bad, folks. If all media reported to you how bad crime really is, you probably pass out. You probably just die. It would scare you so bad. It would put fear in you that you couldn't walk. If you really, really knew the depths of how bad the crime is. But they're not talking about hey, let's bring back the cops. They're not saying, well, let's close the borders. They're saying send money to Ukraine. We're going over there to help somebody else. Y'all just suffer. Well, and don't complain about it. What you complain about suffering for? What the? Let these people come on over here. They need us. And so what they're doing now is asking the non-criminal people, the people who love freedom, hey, crime is really bad, but it ain't no big deal. Just don't wear your jewelry in public. Don't wear your nice watch that you worked hard for and paid $1,000 for. Don't wear it outside. You are just for the criminals. The criminals do not need, and we're not asking the criminals to adjust for you. You make the sacrifice by not wearing your watch, your jewelry. Because if they come and take it, we told you not to wear it. We're not going to bring back the cops. We're not going to close the borders. We're not going to bring back bail bond. You make the change. Don't wear your jewelry outside. You keep it in the house just to look at it. Don't wear it outside so other people can see it and you get an ego boost from it. Now, that's the purpose of it. You work hard, you buy nice jewelry, you wear it outside, so people say, oh, that's so nice, and you feel good. You can't do that anymore. Keep it in the house. This is from Washington Examiner. Los Angeles residents are being advised not to wear jewelry in public to avoid being robbed. Watch this.
Good evening. The LAPD says to be aware of your surroundings and to now be careful if you're wearing expensive jewelry out in public. The videos are everywhere, showing smash and grab robberies at luxury jewelry stores in broad daylight and follow home robberies.
DEA, put your hands up. And what we're asking the public to be mindful of is that with these increases, that if they're going to wear expensive jewelry, or as they are involved in perhaps driving high-end cars, leaving restaurants, taverns, and other locations, that they be mindful of their surroundings.
Wow. In the United States of America, we're letting criminals do this. So listen, we're not coming. Don't call 911. We ain't coming. We'll put you on hold so the criminal can follow you home. And if you have a nice car, you probably shouldn't get a nice car. Get an old tank, old car. Because we're not going to do anything about it. And you cannot carry a weapon to protect yourself. You better not have a weapon and shoot one of these people. We're going to punish you, not the criminal, because you had a weapon trying to protect yourself to and from home. Going home and leaving home and living at home, right? So take off all your nice stuff and look poor. Look like you're a criminal. Look like you're on the welfare. In the United States of America, a country that was founded by white men based on love, based on Christianity, and they wanted freedom. And now you don't have it anymore. It's gone. You cannot carry a gun to protect yourself. You cannot call these people bad names. You cannot call the cops. Freedom is gone. It's gone. It's gone. And everybody is living in fear. Living in fear. And the criminals are having a hoot-nanny of a time. Hoot-nanny of a time. What a time, what a time, what a time. Isn't that amazing? Did you ever imagine this in America? The greatest country on this side of heaven. Did you ever imagine that we would have a government that would be on the side of the criminals and not on the side of the decent people who are working hard, who are trying to have a little family or not, but they just love America and they just want to live in America and just nowhere else. They want to live here. And by the way, at one time, I knew that white people were looking for another place to go and build, maybe outer space or something like that. And so I was saving my money. So when they go, on that first ship, I'm going to go with them to outer space so I can get some land up there while it's cheap. Because once they go up there and they get this land, they're going to buy up the land, right? And then they'll let the other white people know we got some land up here. Y'all come on up. The land going to be expensive. So at one time I was thinking about going up on the first ship. But now I have to rethink that. Because according to a report that I saw last night on Tucker Carlson's show, the government set aside money to send the first woman and the first black person to outer space. Since they can't afford to go themselves, they want to send them to the moon. They don't need to be qualified. They just need to be female and black. And the government taking our tax dollars and sending this black person to the moon. Can we say hood on the moon? Hood on the moon. So I ain't going up there because I already see down here that the white people are afraid to say I'm not a racist. White people are afraid to stand up for themselves. So our government, being as wicked as it is setting up, okay, y'all think y'all going to the moon by yourself? You think you're going to find peace up there? Let me send a black person. We're going to set aside some money to send a black person up on the moon right along with you so the ghetto-style life can continue. And you better not say anything up there. Isn't that amazing? So there's nowhere to go now. They're trying to put them on the courts here and everywhere. They pledged to get the first person of color on the moon. Biden's budget request include $26 billion for NASA to get this done. That's according to Bloomberg. To get this black person on the moon. So I told y'all white folks, ain't nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. At some point, you got to become an individual and say no. Just say no. No. Back in a moment.